there were definitely bruises on Micah's hands that the medical examiner had no recollection of. And I did ask him personally, is there any chance that a body would have bruises on it from collecting from the water or someone touching her after examine her or anything? And he said, there's no chance of a body bruising after the heart stops. So our family, instead of grieving her at the funeral home, we had to still go into fight mode, investigation mode, and do the job ourselves because Robeson County was neglecting to do a proper investigation. They made a pretty PowerPoint that lined up perfectly on every reason why she would have done this herself, and they didn't investigate the other side at all.
Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well on this terrific Tuesday. That's it, baby. It's terrific Tuesday, and you're looking terrific. But the case that we're talking about this morning isn't so terrific, because the more time progresses, the more this turns into some sort of where I don't even get it. And what case are we talking about? We're talking about Micah Miller case. What is going on in this case? Now, you literally just heard that was a segment from an interview from Micah's family, and specifically talking about the fact that there was unusual bruising to Micah's hands. And, you know, there's always going to be a lot of speculation around what happened to Micah, 100%. But it's the things that's happening in the background that make this quite an intriguing story, because you've got this her partner. We'll call it, you know, what a disgusting guy. We've all looked into his history and how he actually got with Micah in the first place, which that in itself is just some odd, bizarre situation. But anyway, that's by the by. Recently, he's been seen driving around in a DeLorean, getting out of it, dressed head to toe as fucking Spider-Man. This guy is walking around the neighbourhood dressed head to foot in a Spider-Man outfit. Which, look, we saw him not so long ago. I did a video when he was laying on the floor talking to the ants. So I suppose this is not abnormal for him. But anyway, it was people caught up, eagle-eyed people caught up on JP Miller wearing a necklace. It was a diamond necklace, and they were like, that necklace looks identical to the necklace that Michael was wearing before she actually, you know, whatever happened to her. Now, he's come out in an interview and said, no, it's not one that's like it. It is actually the exact necklace that she was wearing on the day. Now, some people might not think that there's anything strange about this whatsoever. Now, I personally think that's odd. I genuinely think that's odd, because ultimately this wasn't a happy couple. They were not a happy couple. They had some huge issues. Micah had some huge issues with him and was leaving him, and he is wearing the necklace that she was seemingly wearing on the lead up to her ending up deceased. We've got this situation with this fisherman, this who was in the area, who apparently heard Micah crying, heard a gunshot, and, you know, even his story. Like, I saw recently that it said that he'd left the area, gone to change his car, come back. That's not something that was noted originally. 1 minute he's, you know, it's just a bizarre story. It's just a bizarre story, and I almost have to consider whether he was perhaps a paid witness. Was he someone who was paid to be there and say they heard something, saw something? I don't get it. But what I do get is that the way JP is behaving in the aftermath of this crime is not indicative of real life. It's not how they were. They were not a happy couple, and he's treating it like that. you know, he's. I just don't get it. There's just something off. There's just something off about this guy, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Did Micah take her own life? Did she do it? We don't know. What was the bruises on her hand? We don't know. Was this a situation where she was forced and her hands were pushed to grip a gun, so because they knew that they would do a test for gunshot residue on her hands, and whoever did this, they needed to get her to hold the gun herself. But then I think to myself, in that instance, would Micah have been more verbal around the time that this crime happened, which then brings into the equation with this fisherman witness who said that he just heard crying, which would almost go hand in hand with the story that's the main narrative. Do you know what I mean? That she was on her own, she was upset, she was, you know, she saw no way out, and that was the route that she took. You know, we can't rule that out, and I think you're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, because the family are always going to understand more about what Micah was going through on the lead up to what happened to her. You know, they will know the difficulties, they will know the issues between her and JP, and they'll see things like JP strolling around wearing a fucking necklace. And when he's asked about it, he goes on some convoluted story about how Micah had seen how they were doing these sort of lab-grown diamonds, and she wanted a lab-grown diamond as her engagement ring, I believe it was, but she didn't want to take the diamond and lose the diamond out of the engagement ring, so they had that turned into the necklace, and that's what's actually in the necklace. So the diamond in the necklace originated from the ring. That's what I've been led to believe. But it's just, yeah, the family are going to be sad. They're going to be looking for answers. They're going to want answers. And, you know, I've been in this position myself where you lose someone in that manner, or apparently in that manner, who was suffering from sort of a mental health crisis. And the sad thing is, and I've said this before, is that these things do happen. They do happen, and it's not really something what the person will go around and broadcast to everyone that they're going to do. But equally, I do find the behaviour of JP to be completely disingenuous. Absolutely disingenuous. And I don't know whether that is just him trying to be deflective because he knows people are looking at him, but I get this, I don't know, it's just, I get this feeling of just this sleazy, slimy, like wearing that necklace. Wearing that necklace to me was a bad move, and it was almost like he was displaying a trophy, and I hope I'm wrong, but something don't sit right. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next one.